The decision by Haas Factory Team to switch to Chevrolet and align with Hendrick Motorsports for the upcoming season is nothing short of a dramatic turning point in NASCAR. This move, driven by a much-needed reality check, reveals how even established teams face critical crossroads that can redefine their future. And the story behind why this choice was made is as compelling as it is strategic. Joe Custer, the president of Haas Factory Team, had always anticipated a defining moment this season when everything on and off the track would be evaluated rigorously. What he found in that assessment led him to pursue a partnership with Chevrolet for the 2026 season. It's a significant shift following the transformation last year when Stewart Haas Racing, a dominant four-car operation, consolidated into the single-car Haas Factory Team. Custer, whose father Gene Haas owns the team, was under clear pressure to boost competitiveness, especially in light of driver Cole Custer's performance. Cole, Joe's son, sits 33rd in the current NASCAR Cup Series standings, but with a championship-worthy track record, making it clear the potential is there if the team's circumstances improve. Throughout the summer, Joe undertook a thorough analysis, comparing the team's actual outcomes against what was hoped for in this first year of the new format. He shared his candid thoughts with motorsport.com, emphasizing the fiercely competitive nature of NASCAR. For us, the results really tell the story, he said. This sport is completely results-driven, and obviously we need to get better. We were ready to assess our position by a certain point this season. There were reasons to be hopeful, but there were also areas where a hard reality check was necessary. Despite operating with the resourcefulness and agility of a startup, Haas Factory Team initially allied with RFK Racing to gain an edge. However, after evaluating multiple options during the summer, Joe found a more advantageous partnership with familiar faces within General Motors, leading to the Chevrolet switch. It's worth noting that Custer openly acknowledged Ford's commitment, saying Ford truly did everything they promised. The decision was not about loyalty, but about matching strengths and gaining synergy where Haas had previously struggled. Here's where it gets really interesting. This switch marks a rekindling of a historic relationship with none other than Rick Hendrick. Gene Haas's roots run deep in NASCAR history, beginning in the 1990s when he partnered with Hendrick Motorsports, first as a sponsor, then by providing his expertise in CNC machining and metal cutting to support the up-and-coming organization. When Haas founded his own team in 2003, Hendrick's backing was crucial, a collaboration that continued through the Stewart Haas Racing era, which included championship wins with legends Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick. For Joe Custer, this is a bit of a back-to-the-future moment. While times have changed, our relationship with Rick Hendrick remains solid, Joe explains. Rick's always valued quality manufacturing, and our heritage in precision CNC machinery and metal cutting fits perfectly with their approach. Beyond friendship, there's genuine trust here, which makes this partnership a natural fit. Although Haas Factory Team will continue operating at their shop in Kannapolis, the former Stewart Haas facility, Custer doesn't foresee having a permanent office at Hendrick's campus in Concord. Instead, he expects frequent collaboration and travel between the two organizations as they provide mutual support. One of the core challenges Haas Factory Team faces is the need for better data analytics. This is especially crucial now, with sharply reduced practice times and NASCAR's move to single-source racing platforms, meaning all teams use the same chassis and engines. Joe stresses the importance of simulation tools that ensure cars behave as expected once they hit the track. We really need tools that allow us to predict how the car will handle, ideally unloading in line with what we've developed in simulation, he said. Unfortunately, this level of consistency eluded them during the current season. Another ripple effect from this Chevrolet alignment will touch Haas Factory Team's customer car program, which supports other racing teams like Sieg Racing and AM Racing through chassis development and repairs. Partnering with Chevrolet means closer proximity to JR Motorsports and Hendrick's expertise at the Xfinity Series level. However, Custer emphasizes that decisions regarding customer teams are still in progress. "We're discussing options with our partner teams," he noted. "Some may prefer to stay with Ford, others might be open to exploring new paths. Whatever they decide, we'll support them fully." This dynamic of a symbiotic relationship between Haas Factory Team and its partner teams underscores how integral these collaborations are. Not just a one-way street, but a two-way exchange of value and resources. While Custer expects the customer program to continue, the exact shape it will take is still evolving, guided by ongoing conversations over the coming months. On the driver front, continuity seems likely. Sam Mayer and Sheldon Creed are expected to return to their roles in the flagship number 41 and number 00 cars, respectively. Cole Custer is also anticipated to stay in the number 41 Cup car. Joe Custer acknowledges, though, that his son's career trajectory remains open-ended. He has to look out for what's best for his career. "We're building a team to highlight his abilities, and right now our goals are aligned. But in racing, things can always change." Joe sums up the mindset succinctly. "Generally, if you're improving, everyone's happy. If not, generally no one is." What's truly bold in all this is the belief that a championship contender can be built from this model. A satellite single-car team, yet one that operates independently with strong machining and engineering capabilities. Joe believes this model is even simpler than what Furniture Row Racing managed with Martin Truex Jr. back in 2017. Mainly because Haas Factory Team is based in the heart of NASCAR country, Charlotte, and has its own high-performance car-building infrastructure. Custer's decision to team up with Chevrolet and Hendrick ultimately boiled down to data, engineering capability, and computational fluid dynamics, CFD, performance. His confidence is clear. "I wouldn't make this move if I didn't believe we could win races and contend for championships. It hasn't been done with this car yet. But that challenge is part of what excites me and drives me forward." But here's the part most people miss. Could this realignment signal a deeper industry trend, where smaller teams rely more heavily on alliances with powerhouse manufacturers and organizations? And does this raise questions about the balance of competition and independence in NASCAR's future? What do you think? Is Haas Factory Team's switch to Chevrolet a smart strategic step that could reshape the competitive landscape? Or a sign that the sport is becoming too centralized around a few dominant players? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below.